I've just bought what might be the most underrated 4x4 to be my new daily driver. I have always wanted one of these cars because they are so comfy, so capable, and genuinely so cool. I bought this for a ridiculously low price, but without knowing anything about it, and as it turns out, it has got a lot of issues. Now, I actually had no intention of buying this car. I went along with my friend Harry to pick up his barn find Audi A4, and sitting next to it was this, a 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee. So before driving it home, I thought I'd try and stick an MOT on it, just in case it passes, and unbelievably, it only failed on one minor point. So my plan today is to try and fix this in the MOT car park, fix all the other jobs that need doing to make it a very comfy daily driver, and then take it off-roading to see what we can really do. So here it is. Here it is.
Here it is.
This car does need a lot of work to get it nice. I don't think it needs a lot of work to get it to pass an MOT, but it does need a lot of work to get it nice. Obviously, it's got a lot of visual things wrong with it. As you can see, these are all horribly clouded up. It is disgusting as well. It was sat for a very long time. Like, we've got lots of lovely mould. Got big old Susie here. Whew. Obviously, that's all corroded. I'd probably want to refurb them. Oh, I'm missing the cover for the thing.
Don't worry about that.
I want to redo all the struts and the coils, the springs. The windows do have the window. Oh, that was quite good.
Yeah, and then as soon as you let go.
It has other issues, such as the other door's not opening. Oh, that's quite a big knock it's had. That's like the metal bodywork's bent up.
You kind of look a bit like Matt Armstrong, actually.
So this is the second generation of cheap Grand Cherokee. There was the original one, the really boxy 90s one. This is the WJ, which is my favourite one. It's also the car I grew up in. So this was my mum's car. I think she had 5 of them. So this is the limited edition. They did 3, as far as I'm aware. There was one which was just kind of bog standard basic one. Then there was one which was the massive off-roader one. It had like the big meaty engine and stuff. And then there was this one, the limited one, which is the comfort pack, effectively. So it's got lovely interior, lovely seats. I mean, it is just lovely. And I know that you can't appreciate this through the screen. These are the most comfortable seats you will ever sit on. They are like, Harry, how comfortable are they?
They are very, very comfy.
They're like armchairs. These are the best thing ever. Like, I could just sit here. And it's just great. Like, I've got all this room. I mean, I'm used to like Mini Coopers and Alfa Romeo, so this is just, I feel like a king. The tracking is off on the steering wheel, so that is actually straight, which is a slight problem. Oh yeah. Oh,
don't worry about that.
Which leads us on to the main issue with this car. So like I said, this car has lots of things that it needs doing to make it nicer and drive nicer. But the main thing stopping this car from getting an MOT right now is the electrics. I basically bought it, drove it straight to an MOT centre, and it actually passed on everything other than 3 major defects, which were the rear fog lamp isn't working, might be a bulb. The main beam telltale isn't working on the dash, and the fog lamp telltale isn't working on the dash. So 2 lights in there, and they're not the bulbs because there is some weird electrical shit going on. There's nothing specifically wrong with the electrics, it's just kind of everything is weird. So sometimes the windows work, sometimes they don't, sometimes my indicator works, sometimes the blowers turn themselves on, sometimes they don't work, sometimes this light's stuck on, just some random crap. Also, it does sometimes put itself into limp mode. Which is maybe just the wiring.
Yeah.
Which brings us on to the plan for today, I suppose. The plan today, let me check my notes. Oh, I've just written down plan. The first step is the obvious one. We're going to check all the fuses and see if there's any that are corroded or blown or anything like that. Hopefully it's a really easy fix, and then we can just plug it all back in and go get an MOT and we're happy days. If that doesn't work, then we'll check the wiring. So this was parked up for a long time, which means there's a chance rodents got into the wiring. Also, the wiring on the doors fail a lot. It's quite a common fail point is the wires go from the door into there, and then hopefully that fixes it. If it doesn't, then we're on to bigger, scarier things like BCMs and skim issues and things like that. So hopefully it's just an easy wiring fix, which we're going to do in the car park next door to the MOT centre, by the way. It went for the MOT, it failed. We drove it to here to do the work, and hopefully we're just going to drive it straight back to the MOT centre over there, and it will pass the MOT. What do we think, Harry?
Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% confident we're going to fix this today.
Should we start with the fuses? Or...
Yeah, I think they're under your steering wheel.
Should we go find out?
Yeah.
That's good. That's nice. Right, do you want to start taking them out one by one? We'll inspect them.
Yeah.
Let me get my fuse kit.
Have you got the diagram? You got the manual here?
We'll just replace every one.
Yeah, good idea, yeah.
Harry, have you seen my Alpha workshop?
Yeah, because that's the type of car you turn up to fix the other car in, isn't it?
If your mobile mechanic isn't rocking up
in an Alfa Romeo GTV.
There we are, look at that.
Right, awesome.
Why are we taking a picture, Harry?
We're taking a picture because there's nothing worse than taking apart things and not being able to put it back together again. Everyone can take apart something, but can we put it back together again? That's a question.
So we started removing the fuses, and whilst none of them looked terrible, they did all look slightly corroded. So to be safe, we did actually end up replacing most of them.
All right, final fuse. See if we can get it going. Get it going.
do you
Wait,
want-
hold on.
This actually came with the car. This was a optional extra. Right, we found more fuses before we start it.
Again, whilst these fuses didn't look terrible, they did look slightly corroded, so we also swapped these ones out.
I'm just really hoping I take one out and go, wow, that looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, none of
That
them
must be it.
have looked terrible
Don't
yet.
say that.
Oh, one of them looked really
Did it?
bad
Alright,
before.
good.
Yeah, really bad.
You have the keys?
No. So I said that quite aggressively.
All right, mate.
But hey, they're off. They're on.
Right, rear fog lamp not working, rear.
Working now.
Main beam telltale not working. Rear fog lamp telltale not working. Working. I mean, we fixed the things it failed its MOT on. This is like the most boring car channel in YouTube. Yeah, we've got a bulb not working. Change the fuse. We fixed it.
And despite that, I noticed we still had some other electrical issues that would definitely result in a fail.
So even though we've now fixed our MOT failures, we are going to check the wiring anyway because, I mean, I've taken the battery off now, but the windows don't all work. And obviously we've still got some doors locked themselves. So that suggests to me that some of the electrics going to the doors is bad, but you didn't know I worked that one out.
He's good. Oh, it's freezing. Oh, I hate filming these videos with Joe. You know, I actually hate him. All he does is buy me a shit fucking lunch from a stupid cafe, and I've got to fucking do all this hard work in the freezing cold. I could be at home right now enjoying Christmas with my family, and I'm here fucking sorting out this horrible Jeep. I mean, it's fucking grim. Everything pretty much works, apart from that door and the left indicator. And ChatGPT is sort of saying it's not the bulb, not the fuse, not the flasher relay, not the BCM, not the grand issue. It thinks it's the multi-function switch turn signal stalk, which is this. So I've got a few things I want to try.
So we did make some progress. Changing all the fuses did actually fix the two things that the MOT failed on, which was the rear fog lamps and the telltales on the dash not working. Those things now work. The rear fog lamp now works. However, we have lost our left indicator. The bulbs are fine and the wiring's fine because the hazards work, so we're thinking it's the actual stalk is the problem.
Do what I want.
So whilst Harry looks at the stalk and the skim, I'm going to have a look at all the other wiring and see if there is anything obvious on the rest of the car.
So with the heater blasting, Harry removed the steering wheel trim to get access to the indicator stalk, but upon inspecting it, it all looked okay.
So because this door was the problem, so the window didn't really work and the lock didn't do anything, we figured we'd investigate the wires in this door card. There is a broken wire. There's one thick wire that's mashed up in there that I think is lots of other wires, so we might have to do some complex wiring. But that is kind of good news because that might be why this door at least isn't working. The next job is to fix that wire. We are running out of light though, so I better be quick.
So I started removing the trim, but was having trouble accessing the rubber boot.
Let's go to YouTube. It's that time. Do you know what's really funny? Because this is a Jeep, and a Jeep is a very American car. All the tutorials online are just like really Southern Americans.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to ES Repair Again. I'm your host, the Whiz Kid.
So I followed the WizKid's advice, but unfortunately I just couldn't get it done in time.
Now, eagle-eyed viewers will note we're no longer in the same place. Unfortunately, we did run out of light and the MOT centre closed and time. So we've brought it here into the light to do the wire in the door. Also, look at this Mini!
Hey!
This is a 2000 Millennium Special Mini Cooper S, Rover S, something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've got a blowtorch and some heat shrink, so what could possibly go wrong? That's foreshadowing for everything that's going to go wrong. There's a fucking bit of wood in there.
What bit of wood?
There's wood in there.
Why?
It must have been propping the window up. Fucking hell, I hate working on doors, man.
I just hate working on cars.
I hate working on cars.
That's why I do it all the time.
So I removed the boot and could get access to the broken wire.
As you can see, that's a wire that is just very much
Gone. Where does that go into?
not connected. Well, there's another half of it in there.
Okay, good. Can you repair that from here?
I don't know.
No.
But before I could, I was having issues with my head torch.
Mine's gone off though.
It's just not on anymore. If I have to rewire the head torch as well.
What's that?
What? Stop doing that! You just have to work quickly.
Move back. It's like it's got a scent. What? Wait. Everything you do was
Right, let's try and work out why it does this.
I got that.
So, I've got the rubber boot out. This is the cable from the door. This is the cable from the car. As you can see, they're very much not connected. But somebody has been here before and tried to repair these cables. There's a chance that they just haven't done a very good job, so I'm going to redo them as well, is my plan. I am terrified of soldering, so I have no intention of soldering these wires, but what you can do is you can get these. These are heat shrink solder connectors. So the way that this works is you have your connector there, and that's solder in the middle. Your cable A goes in like that. Cable B then goes in and also does that, and then you heat shrink it, so it pinches it all down, and then you can put normal heat shrink over the top. Heat shrink, I said that wrong. So that cable is now repaired. It doesn't look pretty yet, but I figured we'd give it a test before we make it pretty. That's a good rule, just in case, you know, you buy a shit old Audi and before you actually get it working, you do lots of visual mods and lots of other mods so that it's really nice, and then find out that the engine's bugged. That's the sort of thing you don't want to do. Which is just a metaphor for this, really. That's just off the top of my head.
Oh, really? That just came to you. Oh, nice.
So what we're hoping for, well, the door won't work, so there's a f***ing bit of wood in it. Should we do that first? Should I remove the wood and then try and get the window back on the motor?
Yes. Nice.
So that was holding the window up. So what I'm learning is this car was owned by a bodger. So rather than fix the window, the solution was I'll just put a bit of fucking wood in the door card, which doesn't fill me with confidence for the rest of the car. So we'll put the wires back in on the door card and then see if that's fixed the problem, and then see if the door's working. And then if it is, then we can put it back together. Hi, no time has passed for you, but lots of time has passed for us. We're on a bit of a side quest to try and repair the window. The wiring job did seem to repair it because now the switch over there actually makes something make a noise over here. This switch now also works, however the window doesn't actually go up and down. I was hoping the window just wasn't actually properly in the word beginning with R that I can't remember. I was hoping it just wasn't in there properly, but there is noise, but nothing happens, so we'll look into that. But the switch now works, so that wiring works. The main problem obviously is the indicator stalk and just the other random electrical things that happen. So the plan is now basically just investigate the other wires and see if any of the other wires are broken and fix them if they are, basically.
So we started investigating the wiring and instantly found something interesting.
Oh, that is just tremendously wet, which obviously isn't great, so we're going to let that dry out. In the meantime, the next steps are I'm going to take the BCM out, get the part number and order another one of them, but that can't be done today, obviously, so we'll be back another time to fit the BCM. Hi, it's another day. So, couple updates. Firstly, I'm an idiot. Harry has very kindly let us welcome the Jeep in his garage. However, he does live a little bit away from me. And last episode, after the camera went off, I removed the BCM because my plan was to order a new BCM online. Next time I come, I'll install the new BCM and we're happy days. It turns out they're really expensive. So I thought I'd try some other things before I resort to that. So I've come back to try some other things. But you know what I didn't bring with me? The old BCM. So I'm going to do the other work because I'm here, but I can't test it today because I didn't bring the BCM back. So let me tell you what that work is. First thing I'm going to do is put a new battery in it because in these kind of 90s, 2000s cars, new batteries can solve lots and lots of things. The voltage is good on this battery, it says so on my dash, but the amperage might not be, and the battery does look very, very old. So I've got a nice new battery which I'll install in it, and the biggest thing I'm here to do today is all of the grounds, and then come back another day with my BCM, put it all back together and see if that's made a difference. Let's do it. Ah, yes. That is literally all it took. It's just loosey-goosey in there. It's not fixed or anything. It's just, I wonder if it's meant to be. So the next step is to check all of the grounds. 10mm bolts hold them to various points in the car, and they can corrode or loosen over time. So I'm just going to go through, if there's any corroded, I'm going to wire brush it and tighten it back down, or if there's any that aren't connected, I'm obviously going to connect them. And that's all I can do without my BCM. This isn't new news, we found this out before, but somebody has been here before, somebody has played with all this wiring. And this ground here does the skim. So quite a common failure point on these old WJ Jeeps is what's called the skim, which reads your key, makes sure the code matches, and then starts the car. However, all of the other electrics from the BCM feed in and then back out the skim. So if you start getting skim issues, which is very, very common of Jeeps of this age, it starts just messing with all the electrics. But I've just looked at the ground that controls the skim, and whilst the metal connections do look fine, the wiring has been done with a bit of electrical tape and twizzled together. But there's a chance that the skim ground just isn't very happy, so I'm going to rewire that. Hi, it's another day again, and we're about to find out if this Jeep can be saved or not. I brought the old BCM back, which I'm going to plug in. It's got a new battery, done all the grounds, sorted out the dodgy wiring, so hopefully we turn it on, my left indicator works, it's not in limp mode. We're happy days, maybe. So I connected the battery and went for a start to see if the new battery and the new grounds had repaired the issues. That's the left indicator. There you go. Potentially, just like that, electrical issues are fixed. That's potentially a working Jeep Grand Cherokee. I have just remembered one thing. I say it's MOT ready. The window doesn't go up. I do need to repair that.
before it goes for an MOT. Anyway, that's that. I'll be back to fix the window and then take it for an MOT. Bye-bye. I'm back again. Today is hopefully the last day of working on this car in this video. I have this, which is a new window regulator for the passenger side, which means I can finally put the passenger side window up. Then we can take it to the MOT centre, get it MOT'd and get this thing back on the road. Obviously, I will be doing a lot more to this car, but for now, all we want to do is get it on the road and then we can start upgrading and modifying things. But for now, window. So I took the door card off and got the old regulator out.
So this is the old part. Obviously, there's nothing that visually bad about it because it is all kind of electrical. My only concern is these plates look, first of all, slightly different, and secondly, in slightly different positions. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem or if it's all going to work out.
So I got the new regulator in and the glass back onto the mount, and sure enough...
A fix!
Oh no!
Thank you. That's a working window. So the only thing left to do now is put everything back together properly. Where I wasn't sure if any of these fixes would actually work, I didn't really put anything together properly. I just left everything plugged in but not screwed in. So the dash is all just kind of lent together. So I'll do that, and as you can see, it's dark out now, but tomorrow morning I'll phone the MOT centre, get it booked in, and maybe get this thing MOT'd, which is very, very exciting. Hi, you'll notice I'm not in the garage or at the MOT centre, and that is because my indicator failed again. It was really random and intermittent, and doing some research, it turns out it's the flasher relay. The solder joins get hairline cracks on them that you can't actually see to the human eye. Even under a microscope, you can't see it. And so what people online have said is you just touch all the solder points on the relay with a solder iron and it kind of covers up the cracks. So I'm gonna try that, put it back together, and then hopefully we'll be MOT ready. There's those bits of solder there, supposedly. Oh, that I can see that that's broke. Go. With that, I got the relay back in the car, which did solve the problem, which meant it was officially ready for its MOT. And if it passes, we'll be taking it straight off road to see what it can do.
Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, that doesn't.
Wait,
That
this doesn't work.
Right, shall we go off-roading?
Yeah, that's good.
Jordan Bennett, I was going to do that, and I didn't.
There we go.
Hold on, Harry. And there we go, at the end of the trail.
Oh, smashed it.
That was great. That was great fun.
Mate, you're really down the thing.
Slight problem. Two things happened. Number one, we fell down a ditch. Number two, it stalled. Thankfully, the only reason it stalled is because the battery terminal had fallen off the battery. However, I still had to get it out.
Oh, thanks. Oh my god.
Well, now we need to get out.
Easy.
It literally didn't even think about it. So it's fair to say this Jeep is not just back on the road, but it is thriving. I mean, me and Harry have just given it a very hard run, probably way harder than we should have, but that was so much fun, and I love this Jeep. I love this car. So I mean, next steps are now we've got a few things to make it nicer. For example, I need to do all the struts and the coils. Obviously need to fix the steering wheel, need to fix the blowers, but then we've got some aftermarket speakers going in, and we have a Temu Apple CarPlay head unit, which I'm very excited about. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. We were literally pulling up home, and as I went to turn, it went ka-donk, and I lost steering. I'm no mechanic, but I think that is meant to be on there. Not ideal.